Okay, listen up, because we need to dive straight into this explainer. If you've just reached into your wallet and realized your SIN is missing, well, we need to address the very real, immediate risk of identity theft right now. Your social insurance number is basically the absolute key to your life here in Canada. Without it, you can't legally work, you can't get paid, and you certainly can't access critical government programs. But even worse, in the wrong hands, those 9 digits can totally be weaponized against you.
It's incredibly stressful, right? Knowing someone might be out there using your personal info to take out loans or drain your accounts is a terrifying security vulnerability. But hey, take a deep breath. I am going to guide you through exactly how to lock down your identity and get your SIN replaced. There is a very clear step-by-step framework to fix this whole mess, and we're going to walk through it together.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer to get you back in control. We'll cover the lost SIN crisis, the immediate steps you have to take, gathering your required documents, choosing your application method, a step-by-step guide, and finally, protecting your newly repaired identity. Right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the lost SIN crisis. Here's a massive plot twist for you right out of the gate. Service Canada actually stopped issuing those little plastic SIN cards way back in 2014. I know, right? So if you lost an old plastic card, you're definitely not getting a plastic replacement. You're actually applying for a paper confirmation of SIN letter. And keep in mind, Service Canada only issues a brand new number if you can definitively prove that your current SIN is actively being used in identity theft. Otherwise, they're just going to reissue your existing number on this official paper document.
Moving on to Section 2, immediate steps to take.
You really need to treat this as your emergency checklist. Seriously, reporting to the police and the credit bureaus is absolutely critical to stop someone from taking out a mortgage in your name. Fraudsters can use your stolen SIN to open bank accounts, apply for credit cards, you name it. You need to immediately contact your bank to look for any weird activity. Then, call Equifax and TransUnion to place a fraud alert on your file. This forces lenders to physically verify with you before approving any new credit. And finally, report the theft to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre. You basically have to create a solid paper trail proving you took action the exact moment you realized the number was gone.
Okay, Section 3. Gathering required documents.
Now that your identity is secured, let's get your paperwork in order. If you're a Canadian citizen, you absolutely must present one original primary document. Think your birth certificate issued by your province or a citizenship certificate. Plus, you need a secondary document, like a valid passport or driver's license, just to confirm your identity. And this is vital. These cannot be photocopies. Service Canada strictly demands the originals. Oh, and if your name has changed, say through marriage, you're definitely going to need a supporting legal document showing that name change too.
Now, what about permanent residence? The crucial point here is you need your PR card or a confirmation of permanent residence. But wait, that COPR is only valid for this exact purpose within your first year. If you've been a PR for more than a year, that piece of paper won't cut it anymore. You literally have to use your physical PR card. You'll pair that up with a secondary ID, like a foreign passport or a provincial ID card.
And for international students and temporary workers, folks whose SINs usually start with a 9, you're going to need your official IRCC work or study permit. It has to clearly state you are authorized to work. Actually, if your study permit doesn't explicitly have that printed condition saying you may accept employment, you can't get a SIN with it, and you'll have to contact IRCC first. Just like the other categories, pair your permit with a secondary document, which is almost always your valid passport from your home country.
All right, let's look at Section 4, choosing your application method.
With your original documents ready to go, you basically have 3 options. You can apply online with digital copies, go in person to get your letter on the spot, or mail your application in. The online method is super convenient, but takes a few days to process, plus mailing time. Going in person means you might be waiting in line at a Service Canada Centre, but the massive pro there is that you walk out with your new SIN letter that exact same day. And the mail method? Well, we'll talk about the risks of that one in just a second.
Let's break that down in Section 5, Step-by-Step Application Guide.
Honestly, the online route through the My Service Canada account is highly recommended. You just upload digital copies of your documents and wait for that confirmation letter to hit your mailbox. It is a completely secure environment. You'll just need to scan both sides of your documents if there's any identity info on the back, and you absolutely must upload a proof of address, like a government or bank letter that matches your application address. The real beauty of this method is that your physical original documents stay perfectly safe at home.
Now, you might be thinking you have to fill out tons of complex paperwork, but here's a massive pro tip for you. If you take your original documents to a Service Canada center in person, you don't even need to fill out the application form. Seriously, the agent will just review your original primary and secondary documents, confirm your identity, type the information directly into their system, and print your new confirmation of SIN letter right then and there. It's hands down the fastest way to resolve this crisis if you happen to live near an office.
But I really have to warn you about the mail-in method. If you choose this route, you literally have to send your physical original identity documents through the postal system. And Service Canada is not responsible if they get lost in transit. Let that sink in. You are sending your actual one-of-a-kind birth certificate or PR card through the mail to Bathurst, New Brunswick. If you absolutely must use this method, the official advice is to send it via registered mail so you can at least track it. But honestly, you should only do this if you physically cannot access the online portal or get to a local office.
Finally, Section 6. Protecting your repaired identity.
Once you finally have that new paper confirmation of SIN letter in your hands, we have to make sure you never have to go through this panic again. Memorize your number, and then literally lock that paper letter in a safe place at home. Never ever carry it in your wallet, and don't fall into the trap of using it as regular ID. If a landlord or a telecom company asks for it, you are entirely within your rights to politely decline and offer a driver's license instead. You only give it out when legally required, like for taxes, employers, or your bank. Oh, and be absolutely ruthless about shredding any old documents that display this number.
Just a quick disclaimer before we wrap up. Government bureaucracy is always shifting, right? Use this explainer as your compass, but let Canada.ca be your official map. Fees, document requirements, and processing times can and do change, so always verify with Service Canada before making a trip or dropping your original documents in the mail.
So, you now know exactly how to replace and protect your SIN. But before you close out of this explainer, I want you to ask yourself one vital question. When was the last time you actually checked your credit history for signs of fraud? Because if you don't know, the time to find out is right now.